Hello and welcome to round 17 of Pro Tour Magic 2015 here in Portland, Oregon. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm joined by Pro Tour Hall of Famer Randy Buehler, and we are about to watch Conley Woods playing just another stock deck. He's already underway here against Ivan Floch, the World Team Champion.
Sure. Yeah, super cool list from Conley. I know you did a deck tech with him earlier today.
Yes.
A lot of people were really enjoying that. I think and Necromancer Stockpile is the key card, and so it's all the puns on none of their stock list. The best line I saw was actually from Josh Utter-Layton over Twitter, who was saying, yeah, I did not expect Conley on a stock list, but, you know, a pile, that made perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Here we go. We see a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is looking at Dissolve, Syncopate, and a lot of lands. So I imagine we're going to take the Syncopate here in the hopes of landing a Necromancer Stockpile on turn 2.
Makes sense?
There you go. Yeah, you get a look at the Necromancer Stockpile. It's a card I was pretty excited about when I looked at the spoiler.
Yeah, you and, like, no one else I ever heard about. Like, you were the only person. And I think, like, 2 weeks ago, you were saying, it's the kind of card, you know, Conley Woods will probably do something with this.
There, oh, boy.
Oh, one land.
This is not the way it was supposed to work out. Here comes the Slitherhead.
That played this card in our testing. We discarded the deck.
He's got two stockpiles in hand.
Yeah, I mean, was that one mulligan or two?
Go.
One mulligan. You keep
My
that
guess is
6.
Necromancer Stockpile.
One land, Thoughtseize,
Maybe.
Stockpile. And this Slitherhead's not super relevant, but
Yeah.
the ability to Thoughtseize their Syncopate and then play a Stockpile is extremely relevant.
Go.
Now, though, he knows about the Dissolve, and he's not interested in playing a Stockpile into a Dissolve.
Okay. And, you know, Ivan Floch has no interest, no reason to tap any lands.
Yeah, but with 2 Stockpiles, it wouldn't be crazy to play one into his Dissolve to try to clear a path for the other.
Yep.
All right, one stockpile gets dissolved.
It was the first half of Conley's plan. Unfortunately, we see there's now a second Dissolve in Floch's hand, so...
Oh, he had both. Conley
he had both at
Conley
the
saw
time?
both dissolves.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought Conley only saw one
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. Well,
My
Conley,
bad.
I guess maybe he's hoping for is like a Thoughtseize or
Sure.
now, and he can force the other one through.
Big tournament weekend for Conley, right? He needs, what, top 16 for gold? Something like that? He's not had a great year. And it's the second Dissolve.
Good.
No way that Slitherhead goes all the way.
Pair of Supreme Verdicts in hand. Man, it looks like he may have just...
I was impressed by how many of the creatures in Conley's deck just are creatures that other decks are playing for value and happen to be zombies.
Right. I mean, oh, there's Jace Architect of Thought.
And with 2 up.
Yep. You know, Dreg Mangler is a card people were talking about as just being really
Yeah.
good as a post-Supreme Verdict card.
Sure.
Results.
Oh, and there is a Necromancer Stockpile.
Wow.
He only needs one to stick. He does.
No,
the
yeah,
redundant
yeah.
copies are not
This
very
is-
useful to him.
This is kind of perfect for Conley. He got 2 Dissolves out of Floch's hand and then still stuck a Stockpile. It's way better than sticking the first one.
Floch obviously looking for a detention sphere here. We know that there's an Abrupt Decay in Conley's hand. Lots of lands for the blue-white deck. That's generally a good thing.
Huh.
Vault. Need a vault which taps for black so he can pay for his stockpile because of Urborg.
Hey, for Jared, too.
Go.
And now you're going to see the card. Maybe do some work here. There you go. Dreg Mangler, Hero's Downfall, Jared Golgari Lichlord, and the Abrupt Decay. Oh.
Rev or no, usually the answer is Rev.
Go. The Jace.
Yeah, he wants an answer.
Yeah.
He knows.
He's dissolved 2 lands, can take dissolve, obviously.
See Ivan's end step where we finally get
Yeah.
to see the Stockpile
Black.
do some work.
Yeah, sure.
Cycle Golgari, Jared Golgari Lich Lord. Get a
Ivan
token.
thinks to himself, that guy's a zombie?
Yeah.
Cycle. Yep.
Cycle Dreg Mangler, by the way, is pretty sweet in this deck.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, all of a sudden. Wow, this deck looks great. I mean, this was a terrible opening, too, right?
Please go
Yeah.
to
Missed his
say-
turn 2 land drop.
What's chase? Yep. Okay. Is that? I got one. 16.
So in the
But-
King of the Hill match, by the way,
Yeah.
Our Citrus King, Orange. Welcome to the King of the Hill table. Here's Owen Turtenwald.
Cycle.
And Owen is up again.
Yeah. That table is
We're gonna need a bunch.
Been
not,
cursed.
not yeah,
I
definitely
think Owen
cursed.
can hold on to it. I mean, he doesn't have it yet, but
We're gonna
Another. Yep. He's like, I'm gonna need more zombie
Good.
tokens.
can we bring enough zombie tokens?
See, he draws a Lifebane zombie. Still has a Dreg Mangler in hand.
You gotta just Supreme Verdict and get
Starts digging his way to
clean
his removal
things up.
cards.
Oh,
Oh,
planar
wow.
cleansing. You had him digging for detention spheres, but he doesn't play detention
Right, he doesn't
sphere.
play detention sphere,
He's
of
the
course.
planar cleansing version of the blue-white control deck. So no interest in permanence, just wiping out everything. That's so much better than a Supreme Verdict here. Wow. Yeah, I
And
mean,
he-
the strength of Conley's deck is supposed to be that, like,
Yeah.
sure, you make them Supreme Verdict, and then you just refill.
Right.
What?
Planar cleansing is, wow, that was backbreaking.
So, Thoughtseize gets dissolved. You see a Dreg Mangler get in here for 3.
Yeah, the only non-land permanents in this list are 1 Elixir of Immortality and 3 Jace.
Dreg Mangler comes into play tapped and attacking. There you go. Pretty simple creature. 3/3 haste. Scavenge.
Don't forget the type line.
Yeah, well, and the type line, yeah.
Plant zombie.
Tax.
Oh, another saucy feature match, by the way. We didn't talk about the back tables. Melissa DeTora is up a game. She's 5-1, playing the Rabble Master Red deck that the rest of Revolution is playing. Her opponent, John Finkel, with the white-black mid-range deck the Pantheon is mostly running.
He couldn't get on the Pantheon red deck.
Against someone.
Well, it's Channel Fireball Prime who's
Oh,
playing
Channel
the red
Fireball
deck.
Prime, you're right.
I don't
you're
think
right.
anybody from Pantheon
I'm
is playing
confusing my
red.
Channel Fireball
Yeah.
streams, yeah. Oh, there's another.
Wow, the difference between planar cleansing and not planar cleansing. Like, if Yvonne Floch had been the more traditional sort of detention sphere version of this deck, I feel like probably be
Right, which
so
is
much better
which is
shape.
more like the Cuneo version of this deck.
Right, right. Yeah, Pantheon, I know Cuneo's on blue-white. A lot of them are on black-white. I think there's a couple variants of black-white, actually. Yeah, Pantheon is mostly black-white.
We'll be sure to get a look at that deck back end.
Yeah, definitely should. Always interesting to hear their take on a format.
Bane Zombie. Joined the board. A Slitherhead has scavenged onto the Dreg Mangler.
Draw.
Or like I
Has it?
wanna
Oh, no,
start-
no, it hasn't yet. I'm sorry, that's just reflection. So used to seeing torn slips of paper on cards. For our first Supreme
Move to
Verdict,
East
we know he
Back
still has another one in hand,
Yeah.
at least. Discarding embarrassingly good cards here. He's like, yeah, I can't hold all of them. Yeah. Supreme Verdict quicken, go to the yard.
We're already down to 5 undefeated at this tournament, by the way. Greg Orange and Owen Turtenwald being 2 of them, playing at the King of the Hill table. Zachary Jesse's playing Scott Marcus in this round, and then William Jensen got paired down, playing against Martin
Make a
Miller.
black. Yep.
Tap Urborg, play another Urborg, sacrifice the tapped Urborg, and play a Lifebane Zombie. Look at your hand, see Double Sphinx's Revelation, Dissolve, Mass Calcify, Syncopate, and Azorius Charm. Did I say Supreme Verdict too?
Go.
A match that didn't make the cut to the feature match area this round. Matt Sperling versus Ellisby at 5-1.
Oh, wow.
Cunio's still 5-1. Ochoa's 5-1. Sifka. Theo Reeves.
Floch uses the draw card, discard a card mode on. Draw card mode on Azorius Charm. So I
Sure.
can cycle cards too.
Bob Maher's 5-1. We saw he went 3-0 the draft. We saw him lose the first round of Constructed, but he won the next two.
Supreme Verdict, your Lifebane Zombie.
Go.
Use it or lose it. Says Ivan Floch. There's
Gonna-
comfortably at 17 life.
Yeah, no, I started browsing standings.
Yeah.
My monitor, I'm flipping through other table overhead shots.
Yeah. Conley's like, I would also like to browse stand. I'm done.
There you go.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
So we're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna go to a quick promo, and then we'll be right back with our live look-in.
Outfit your Magic collection with the newest Magic 2015 core set accessories from Ultra Pro. You can see the full array of card sleeves, deck boxes, playmats, and portfolios of your favorite Magic artwork at ultrapro.com. Standard is the name of the game at Magic 2015 Game Day. Put what you've learned from watching the Pro Tour into action on August 9th and 10th at your local game store. Visit wizards.com/Magic Game Day for more information.
Hey, welcome back. We're going to take a live look in here at our match between King of the Hill, Greg Orange, who's playing against former Player of the Year and, Player of the Year dark horse
Yeah, he's
for
still alive.
this season, Owen Turtenwald, looking to play the role of Guillaume Matignon this year.
Yeah, right before we got here, there were 3 pack rats in play, but you may see a planar cleansing on the top of Greg Orange's graveyard. That's what happened to all the pack rats.
Okay.
Orange
And,
is down to 9, and Owen was able to use that window of time to resolve a Blood Baron.
But she's going to have I assume, a fairly specific number of ways to deal with
Yeah,
it.
no, the
Just
fact
board
that
sweepers.
the fact that Owen got to untap there is definitely good news for him. I don't think there are instant speed ways. I mean, Azorius Charm can't target it, obviously. And there's no black mana. Orange is blue-white. I mean, most of these control decks are blue-white. Very few of them are Esper nowadays.
There's an Erebos, but it gets syncopated.
Sure. Go.
Gain some life here.
Yep.
Cycles Azorius Charm, people say colloquially.
I think I saw an Elspeth floating around Greg's hand.
Oh, that'll work too.
Yep. That will work.
You can go.
Yeah, Elspeth
Owen
comes
does have
in,
a-
destroys all creatures.
There is a
Power
Mutavault there
more.
to finish her off, though.
Yeah.
Potentially, unless he has another Azorius Charm. I think he might have another Azorius Charm. Still, you gotta try, right?
Yep. He's keeping his
Activate.
cards on the table.
Elspeth. Sorry, just trying to
Yep.
Sure. Downfall. Your turn.
Fair enough. Yeah, you do not want to let her keep going.
You can go.
Okay. Orange draws his card and says, "You can go."
Attack rat.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about best players in the game right now. Owen is definitely on that short
Well,
list.
and there are some pretty impressive players on his team
Yes.
who do nothing but rave about how good he is.
Really?
And as good as people think he is, how misunderstood he is for how good he is.
Really?
No, he's better than that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fine. Go.
Pack rat
Turn,
resolves.
for 5. Sure. 10.
Supreme Verdict is why he could not let he did not want to let Erebos sit around. Show of hands, who's going to be sad when Sphinx's Revelation goes away?
I don't see any hands. What happened?
Greg Orange has got a full hand right now, so I think he would raise
I
it
see.
Sure.
otherwise.
Beautiful. You can go.
Yeah, we did the interview with him after the last round when he got to King of the Hill. And yeah, he basically has just played Sphinx's Revelation exclusively in Standard since it was printed.
Blood Baron.
It has to have a dissolve or
You'd
something.
think.
Sure.
It's also, at this point, he can, in theory, try to double block with Mutavault.
Sure. You would certainly prefer.
Of course.
Just wearing
Ups it up.
Wow.
Moves 2 down to 8.
That's
Go
a
to
good one.
25.
Yeah.
End of turn. Trigger.
I'll respond, I guess. Play this round for 7. I mean, the trigger's gonna hit.
Sure. You're at 15.
Just.
How many answers does he have to opposite up?
I don't know.
Draw for
Zarya's Charm.
Play divination.
Yep.
He's got a quicken. Never mind. He has 4 quickens.
Just dig in here.
Yeah, he basically needs to quicken a Wrath effect. That's the plan.
Sure.
On the bottom.
And the Azorius Charms. There are the 4 Azorius Charms,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah.
This is game 1, yeah?
This is game 1, I believe.
Oh, it's game 2. Owen's already up again.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Forgot about that part. Right. The
Do or
cursed
die. This is
throne.
right. This is do or die to retain the throne.
Okay. You lose 2, I gain 2. So you're at 13. I'm at 27.
Draw.
There,
Lifebane.
okay, we can come back here, and if Owen doesn't end up winning this game in short order. In the meantime, we're going to go back to our table A.
Yep.
Here we go. Conley Woods versus Ivan Floch. Conley leads off with. That looks like a couple of Overgrown 2. There we go.
John Finkel evens it up against Melissa DeTora.
Okay.
Game apiece for them.
Long scry here for Conley. Sphinx's Revelation just really seems like it has defined these 2 matches that we've watched this round.
Yes.
Like how do you just get in there quickly enough before that card becomes relevant?
Speaking of,
Yeah, there's a pair of Sphinx's Revelations in Floch, 2 Jace Architects of Thought, and of course, Supreme.
Tough decision there now. Counter it or not.
Owen declines to attack with opposite up, by the way.
Oh,
He's just trying to cycle. He doesn't want to risk Azorius Charm.
Sure. Played a fair amount of that matchup.
Yeah. It helps that he is a Lifebane zombie to see the Azorius Charm.
Yeah.
Maybe not that subtle.
Oh, maybe
play.
not that subtle. Yeah, oh, fair enough there. So Dreg Mangler comes down,
Right.
gets him for 3.
Woods 22. Flock 17.
We haven't seen a lot left troll
True. Yeah, it seems like a good one here.
from Conley. So that is like a stockpile, 5 3. Oh, it looks like he brought in Timur the Murder King.
Yep.
He has no red in his deck.
Really?
Yeah, no
Oh, that's
red.
funny.
Timuret is strictly a draw engine with Necromancer Stockpile.
Cute.
So you discard the Timuret, you get a token, and then for black and 1, using Timuret's ability, you sacrifice the token in play to return Timuret to your hand.
So it's 4 mana draw.
It's a 4 mana Whispers with buyback.
Nice.
Assuming
You have
you
Necromancer
have
Stockpile.
a Necromancer Stockpile.
Plus. Sure. Go.
Ace gets plus, but immediately downfall.
sounds like Greg Orange found a Quicken. Wasn't there at the time of Obstinate, but the Azorius Charm held it at bay for long enough for him to find a Quicken Supreme Verdict. Now I see a bunch of tapped mana and a Sphinx's Revelation, so I think we may see game 3 on that.
So there you see Conley activated his Mutavault and scavenged his Slitherhead onto it.
Nice.
You know, something that I think maybe, you know, I think everyone who's played at the PTQ level or Friday Night Magic level probably knows, but maybe isn't always obvious that that token will stick around.
+1/+1 counter on an unanimated land is just fine.
Yep.
Still be there next time you animate it.
So that's it, and so that's better than any opposing Mutavault.
Oh yeah.
And then if he can get maybe get a Dregmangler on there. There you see Spiteful Returned, which is the creature we played. Said it's the worst zombie in the deck, but you know gets the job done. So Divination, land, and I can't see the bottom.
The Elixir.
Play land this turn. No.
Yep. And he's like, if you haven't played a land, I offer you land or 2 cards, but Ivan did all this before playing a land.
Yeah.
Has land in hand. Probably going to take the 2 cards. And he does. Like, oh, which of my lands shall I play now, Conley? Timuret's taunting him now.
Stop.
So he's bestowing Spiteful Returned onto Spiteful Returned.
Cute.
Jace. 2 triggers.
2 triggers.
To 10.
So he drops Floch to 10 from the double triggers, and then is threatening to do 2 damage to Jace.
Looks like Mutavault's going to get in the way. I would put Mutavault in the way, right?
Ivan says I can go down a land.
Go.
Yep. Cashes in his Jace. Says give me 3 more cards. And that's a pretty good 3 there. Yeah, Orange did manage to pull that second game out against Owen.
Sure.
So he's forcing the former player of the year to a game 3 here, which may still be going on by the time this match is done, and perhaps we'll have an opportunity to peek in on it.
We don't get to watch Finkel a little bit? Wouldn't mind seeing Finkel's game. Too.
I would not mind seeing that either. He plays. Those 2 players play pretty briskly, though.
John and Melissa?
Yeah, but it is some sort of weird, slower, grindier match, so they may still be going as well. So our first match is done, and that's Dalibor Trinka against Raymond Perez Jr. Raymond Perez takes his 3rd loss of the tournament. He's now 4-3. So Raymond is really the only guy who can chase down
Jared Betcher for Rookie of the Year.
But I mean, chase him down by winning.
Right, at 4-3, he's back against the wall.
Yeah.
For Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. So Thoughtseize now from Conley Woods. There's an Elixir in play for Floch.
Response.
Quicken in response.
How many cards do you have? 2.
How many cards do you have, Ivan? 7?
All of them.
About to go down to 6. Take that.
Take whatever small victories you can get at this point.
So Conley 3-0'd the draft, right?
He did.
I mean, this deck looks awesome on paper, but he also looks like he's going to 1-3 here.
It does look like he's going to 1-3. And this is supposed to be his good matchup. It's the deck
Right,
is supposed to really shine against control. Oh, what a back-breaking set of cards. I was going to say we've seen Conley get out of tighter situations than this, but I actually don't think we have.
I mean, there's a planar cleansing in there. 2 Revs, an Elspeth, Supreme Verdict, and Jace, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, that hand's ridiculous.
And he can just recycle his library and do it all over again.
Conley has a card he can't cast and a 3-mana 3/1. Oh, we will not get to watch Melissa and John.
Yeah, Melissa takes that 2-1 over the Hall of Famer.
7.
She's on the
1 damage.
she's on the red deck,
Checking.
right?
So,
Rabble Red.
She is. She is.
Lots of goblins when she won, it sounds like. Jacob Van Lunen over on the tech side was arguing for the name of Rabolution. It's Team Revolution's Rabble Master deck. No one else was buying it. I think the chuckle out of you is the best reaction he got.
I tried to stifle it. I don't want it to go to his head.
Don't want to encourage him.
Yeah, so Supreme Verdict clears the board. Clears the board of a spiteful return. Floch's down to 7, though. Although virtually 12 with the Elixir,
Yeah.
so he doesn't tap out.
Have you seen Conley's hand, though? Here,
Murder King?
let's contrast it with that one.
Murder King versus Rev, Planar Cleansing, Divination, Island.
Whatever he just drew off the
landed,
chase.
Yeah. Olive Fountain.
Wow. Murder King seems like it might just be too cute.
It may
Like
well
it
be.
only helps if you're already. I mean, I guess he's not automatically ahead when he resolves the stockpile, but the game's going decently if he's resolved the stockpile.
Right.
So you really need a card that's only good then.
and then take either 8. Yeah.
Okay, so Conley attacked Ivan
5 blues,
with the
3.
three
Oh, yeah,
with the
yeah,
3
sorry.
power Mutavault, and Ivan Floch promptly was like, you know what, I don't know what you could be up to, but I'm just going to crack this and get myself to 12, where I feel a lot safer.
Meanwhile, it looks like Greg Orange is stuck on 2 land against Owen Turtenwald. Owen is resolving a Sin Collector after Greg just discarded a Divination. Not cast a Divination, but discarded it, stuck on 2.
Okay, Lotless Trolls come down for Conley Woods.
Oh, my bad. Thoughts he's got that Divination, not discard. He was stuck on lands, but...
Oof. Oof. You can have the Sphinx's Revelation and the Planar Cleansing or the Elspeth. I'll have the Elspeth, please. Into Jace. What do you think of the Quickens in this deck? As someone who's, and this is certainly the type of deck I feel like you'd be playing
Oh,
if
yeah.
you were in this event.
Sure.
How do you feel about Quicken?
I mean, I actually think I would have played Black Devotion, but... but I do like the Quicken tech. I mean, I'm a big fan of doing things at instant speed. You know, the fact that you can just... There's enough decent permission that, you know, leaving up permission accomplishes a lot.
Or maybe
And it's the cleanliness. There's so many people playing, you know, Detention Spheres and, you know, Abrupt Decays, kill Detention Spheres, that being able to go approximately permanentless. I mean, Jace is a permanent until he's gotten you everything you want.
Right.
And then the Quicken just makes it a lot easier to deal with things like, oh, the Obsidian that came down. You get to play a nice sort of streamlined 2 colors, low permanent. I like it. I definitely like it.
How many variations on that deck have you looked at from Andrew Keeney over the years?
All of them.
It looks like...
Yeah, I don't know that Cuneo gets enough credit. Like the guy, I mean, he's going to be gold again. So I mean, he'll be around, but it's going to take a really nice finish for him to get platinum. He's missed top 16 on tiebreakers twice this season.
Wow.
He's lost a lot of pro points on tiebreakers, and basically, you know, if he'd been rounded up into the top 16 instead of down to the top 25, he'd be platinum this year.
Looks like I think we're gonna get some sort. No, he's gonna animate his Rita Vault.
And then, yeah, I mean, as a deck builder, Cuneo was the guy in the 90s. 15 years ago, he was building the best control decks on the planet. You know, the mono blue draw go decks that I guess I had the most success with. And then here we are 15 years later, and he's building the blue-white control decks that lots of great players are having lots of success with.
Discard.
So
Yeah, I'm a big Cuneo fan.
to a lot less troll here.
Damage. Okay, 3.
Okay, gets Ivan down to 3.
3. In 1. 4.
Promptly goes to 4. With a Sphinx's Rev for 1. Oh, looks like he's got a Nyx Fleece Ram.
But that's a permanent.
I know, I was a little offended. Creature permanent, even the worst kind.
Yeah, the worst kind.
It's too much stuff to do. Ticks up Jace. Plays Nyx Fleece Ram.
Go.
Says go. He's holding Sphinx's Revelation. He's holding, I think, Quicken Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, he is.
Conley's like, oh, I'm so close. I mean, that Nyx Fleece Ram really just is making his life miserable here.
Yeah. Greg Orange just resolved a planar cleansing, by the way. Owen scooped up many permanents. I think he got 2 or 3 creatures and an underworld connections with the one planar
You're just
cleansing.
going to see an old school. Is this going to sort out to an old school, like
Blue-white
mono
control?
red versus blue-white
Oh,
control?
it's Sly versus Draga. That's awesome. Nyx Fleek Ram playing the role of Sea Sprite.
Yeah. All right, they're both attacking. Where are they going, Conley?
Check you.
Attacks you. Okay, puts Nyx Fleece Ram in the way of the troll. It's gonna go to 1 here.
Conley does have 2 creatures, so in theory, he can kill the Nyx Fleet Ram by discarding both of them. Is that what he's thinking about here?
I believe so.
That's all his hand does.
Take 2.
Wow, and Ivan was just setting him up for Quick and Supreme Verdict the whole time, seeing if he could tempt him. No, he's like, you're still tempted. You look tempted. I'm going to give you another shot.
Okay. So he's
Does he
interact
end
too.
step Quick and Supreme Verdict?
Is Conley thinking about Jared here?
I mean, Lotless Troll can regenerate from the Supreme Verdict, so Supreme Verdict only really kills the Mutavault.
Yeah, the bigger issue here is that Floch's gonna. No, Floch doesn't gain life. Floch could have cast Sphinx's Revelation at the end there, but I guess wants to maximize it.
I mean, he just has to discard a bunch of cards. His hand's kind of full. I mean, he could take 2 more here, right? What's the danger of going to 1? Jared is the danger?
Jared is the danger. Yeah, what happens if he just plays Jared right now?
No, there's no counterspell in Ivan's hand. You make a good point. I mean, Sphinx's Revelation is what happens, but... Wonder if we can pull up Jared, see the exact wording. There we go.
It looks like that's what he's thinking about. Nope, but Spiteful Return on the Lotless Troll.
But taps the Mutavault, leaving up lots of regeneration mana instead of threatening a Mutavault attack.
Cards too.
He's like, okay, what do I do?
Resolves.
Yep.
Yep.
Check so. Yeah. Check you.
I mean,
One.
yeah, he goes to 1 from the trigger, blocks with the ram.
And it triggers. Yeah.
Now what? Yeah, he wants to kill the ram.
Yeah. Yeah. So now it has 5 power, right? Guys, I am at 1.
Game 7.
Yes.
Still can recurse the Jared, of course. Sack a swamp in a forest, return Jared from your graveyard to your hand. I don't know how many creatures are in Conley's graveyard, how big Jared would be for the sacrifice another creature. It doesn't matter how big Jared is.
Yeah.
You'd be sacrificing the Lotless Troll.
Or Mutavault.
Well, Mutavault only does 3. That's not good enough here. Yvonne's at 8 now, right?
At least 8. He might be at 10. Was that a Sphinx for 7?
No, he went down to 1 from the
Oh, that's
Spiteful
right, you're
Return
right,
trigger
you're right,
and then
you're right.
gained 7.
So yeah, that's 8. Now he can just get himself way out of range.
Conley's
here.
hands, empty. He is hellbent.
Hellbent.
Yep.
And there's Elspeth.
Anyone has the tokens?
And make 3 soldier tokens.
And after they come, I'll go to this card. Sure.
And Ivan has to discard down to 7.
So I'm flipping on my monitors, by the way. Owen Turtenwald has an Elspeth emblem in play on his side of the board. It's kind of interesting. There's also a pack rat. Just 1.
Just 1. Could be enough.
Yeah, 3 Supreme Verdicts and a Planar Cleansing from Greg Orange. But Owen's fighting gamely.
So 3 tokens have come down. Ivan Floch off of the Elspeth. He's ticked up his Jace, Architect of Thought. And Conley is thinking, why did I play this deck? But to be fair, I mean, the reason Conley knew that there was some risk involved with this deck. I mean, he said part of the reason is because he needs such a strong finish this weekend.
Yeah, he has the top 16
He has
to
top
accomplish
16
anything,
to
right?
accomplish anything. That means he needs to take a swing. He needs
Right.
to play a high variance deck. He can't just play a safe deck that
Right.
is just kind of grind out the same sort of like
55, 45.
55, 45 numbers against the rest of the field. He needs something that he feels like he has an opportunity to be,
Run the table.
yeah, just be right on.
Right.
You know, and it's easy to point to his record also and go, see, and maybe this wasn't right, but I mean, it's you know, he's only played a
No,
couple
he
of
said
rounds.
he would rather play a deck that was either going to go 9-1 or 1-9. I can totally understand that logic.
He's just been so close. He's just
Yeah.
like, oh, it's out of reach. Holding a Dreg Mangler. But has to deal with Elspeth. And there you get a look at her. 3/1/1 soldier creature tokens. Just the best planeswalker when it comes to defending itself.
It was okay. like 3 tokens, and then
I mean,
minus.
both its abilities defend it.
Yeah. Takes a lot to get a 6-mana Planeswalker played.
Maybe do it.
I will give you 2 quickens. Whoa!
Oh. Archangel of Food.
Yep.
Where did that come from?
I'm gonna guess his sideboard.
Seems like a fine guess.
I go to this card.
Oh, Conley's just like, oh.
Yeah. This is loss number 3 for the weekend if he doesn't pull a miracle out of his hat.
I'm looking at his list. I'm just not really sure what that miracle could be.
Yeah. This Archangel combo seems a little less cute than the Timurit combo. A little more just straightforward awesome.
He does have a Nyx Fleece Ram too, I believe, in his head. King of the Hill has been you just don't want to fill out that job application.
I didn't think Owen was going to win that game.
King wanted.
Seriously.
Owen Turtleworld is your new King of the Hill. He's 7-0. He's a round away from completing a perfect day 1.
Wow.
And going into day 2 with a cushy seat in the feature match area.
I wonder how Huey did this round. We could have Owen v. Huey for 8-0.
Oh my gosh, for King of the Hill?
Yeah. To figure out how Huey did this round. I mean, there were only 5 undefeated, so if Huey won, it's 50-50.
Okay, there's a Necromancer Stockpile. He's like,
Oh,
yes.
Billy Jensen defeated Martin Mueller.
Wow.
We have 3 8-0s in this tournament right now. One of them's Huey, one of them's Owen. Now, they might have their buddy Reed Duke, only 3-3 last I heard. I haven't heard his result for this round yet.
So there was just cycling through cards right now. Just, Quickens as Azorius Charms.
Sure.
A second Archangel. Comes off the top from Jace. Just keep making tokens. There's nothing that... there's just nothing that Conley can do about those tokens right now.
It's about to get really confusing. You are at 18.
Yeah, those dice on those other soldier tokens is going to get confusing. Yeah, you go. So we're going to need those dice to represent +1/+1 counters if that Archangel of Thune hits.
What's that?
When?
Yeah.
When that Archangel of Thune hits.
When? Oh, right now. So now...
Maybe we can put 1 counter here and say it's 1 on all. Or, well... It's not video, just put 1. Oh, okay. I'm good with it.
Conley appreciates a good moment.
So I'm at
Come on, for the video.
15. You go to 11.
It'd be great if Conley's
Archangel gets 1 too.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Archangel.
It would be great if Conley just waits for him to put the 15 dice down, and then it's like, I concede.
Just shaking his head, yeah.
Played him first. Oh, where's the 1 power? Come on, man. Go. I don't have defender. All right.
Those Nick Fleece Rams could have gotten counters. Could have found out just how many dice we have in the kit.
I didn't want to play them first because if you have a removal for this guy, I just want to play another.
I'm told 48 is the limit to the number of dice we have in the kit.
So a couple of cycles from the Necromancer Stockpile. Put two zombies into play, but
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's going to keep up with
it's just
Elspeth.
not going to be near.
Much less Elspeth and Archangel.
I'm at 15.
11.
Yeah.
11 and you're at 15. That's right.
Like, Ivan could just blow the world up and start all over again if he wants to. Like, oh, do you want me to play for the camera? Okay. But Conley is just not going to just pack up his cards here.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
no incentive at
Yeah,
this
no,
point.
not at
Damn it.
all.
And packing up a game because you want to save time for game 2 and 3 makes a lot of sense. Packing up game 2 down 1, there's not a lot of upside.
Trying to figure out if there's any
Maybe
kind
if
of
you're
conceivable
hungry,
attack.
you really have to go to the bathroom. Those are the only upsides available.
There's no sounds of running water in the feature match area, are there?
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, it kind of looks like he kind of wants the scoop here.
I mean, I can't imagine the
Those are going to be
sequence of events.
Those are going to be 4 power soldiers next turn.
And what is he even thinking about?
As if to remind him, he's like, oh yeah, you remember I have these.
Yeah.
Yep, and
There
that's
you
it.
go.
I needed a 7th land for forever to get back.
Yeah,
to
I know. I keep mana for
Yeah.
Revelation, so I can survive.
Yeah.
That's.
I needed it like a couple
I
turns
know.
earlier.
I know. So it was threatening. I was for one moment.
You can see, you hear the players talking about how close he's like, if I could have gotten Jared back,
Right.
maybe
But
some
yeah.
stuff starts to happen.
I mean, Ivan did go a number of turns where he was just sitting on a Sphinx's Revelation and not casting it, and it's because he wanted to save it to be able to react to a Jared if Conley
Right.
did finally draw the lands to do that.
Yeah, no, that's a probably fairly disappointing showing for Conley here. But again,
Yeah.
3 losses.
Not out of it yet.
Still can win this next round,
Right.
and
Make day 2.
start over again on day 2.
Right.
Usually you're
Well, wait, he's
against a planar cleansing version, but the
4-3?
He is 4-3.
So he's playing day 2.
Yeah. He is playing day 2. But I'm just saying, like, going into day 2 at 4-4
Right.
is not really where he wants to be.
Agreed. He basically has to win out
Yeah.
if he does that.
Hey, welcome back to the booth. Randy Bueller, Brian David Marshall. So we just watched Conley Woods. I definitely think the stockpile looks good when it's doing what it does.
Right. There are some clever synergies there. I mean, he is a hell of a deck thrower. I love Conley Woods. Every tournament he's at, I want to see what he's playing. I want to see what he's come up with. It's awesome to have Conley Woods on the Pro Tour. Love the guy.
Right.
So this one doesn't seem to be working out. I mean, it could also be. I mean, it's a relatively small sample
Right.
size, but it does not seem to be working out for him so far.
Yeah. So what do you? I mean, blue-white control.
The Rabble Red's putting up quite good numbers as
Yeah.
well. And I mean, you keep seeing Pantheon guys wander through the feature metric. I don't actually know what Huey's playing. Like Owen is 8-0 with the Pantheon black-white deck.
Right.
It's not Black Devotion pure. It's no gray merchants,
Right.
but the white splash instead. I don't know what Huey's playing. I would guess it's that same deck. Pretty sure that's the list Reed is on. You can't ignore those guys. They're putting up records as well. I mean, John was in the feature match here on
Yeah.
X1.
Yeah, John. Yeah. So Melissa DeToro's 6-1. John falls to 5-2.
Yeah.
So, but we have an interview right now.
Great.
Tim Willoughby is standing by with World Team Champion Ivan Floch, and now he's going to talk to him a little bit about his match there against Conley Woods.
Great.
So let's send it down to the floor and Tim Willoughby.
Hello, I'm Tim Willoughby here down in the feature match area with Ivan Floch. Congratulations, Ivan, another win. What's your record now?
Thank you. 5-2. 5-2 now. 5 wins.
A nice position to be in. And would it be fair to say that you weren't necessarily expecting to play against a Necromancer stockpile deck?
Yeah, that would be pretty much fair to say.
But it all worked out all right. You had the planar cleansing rather than Supreme Verdict, which seemed pretty important.
Yes, but more important was that my opponent missed early line drops and I had time because of that. Otherwise, it's not that great matchup, I think, because Stockpile just puts pressure, uncounterable pressure, and instantly I might dead. So I was lucky enough to have that advantage of lands early on.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your position coming into this tournament, because you're already gold, and realistically something pretty spectacular would need to happen for you to make platinum at this event.
Yeah, I wouldn't need to make top 16, so I'll try, but it's hard to do.
But there's something else that you can potentially lock up in this tournament as well, which is, at the moment, you're second at the moment in the race to be on the Slovakian champion.
That's right, I'm 3 points behind Matej Zatlkaj, and he has better tiebreak. So if I make 6 points and he fizzle out, I'm still behind him, so I need to make 10 points for top 25 to get ahead of him.
So it's a crazy race. And were you two preparing together at all? Do you know what he's playing?
Yes, I know exactly what he's playing. He knows exactly what I'm playing. We've been testing together.
So a little bit of friendly rivalry there, perhaps.
That's right.
So congratulations on your win there. We just obviously got a whole extra days with the Magic to play, lots of play still to come. How are you feeling about the draft format?
Well, I like the draft format. We tested a lot in cabin in Czech Republic, with Juza and for Karsten, Sivka attack. So we are pretty confident about our draft skills.
Awesome. Well, best of luck for tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see plenty more of you in the feature match area. I've been Tim Willoughby, here with Ivan Floch, and we'll head back to the booth.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So that's interesting to see Ivan Floch practicing with Karsten and Yuza players sort of maybe drift,
Sivka, Zadeltai.
Yeah,
Zadeltai.
repositioning geographically a little bit.
Absolutely.
From some of the other teams. Ivan is an interesting. He's one of those players. He's on that short list. He's got that world team title, but he still does not have a Pro Tour top 8 in his career.
True.
So anyway, we're going to send it back to the news desk as we get ready for one last round of Standard here on day 1 of Pro Tour Magic 2015. For Randy Buehler, Brian David Marshall.
All right, thanks very much to the guys in the booth, Randy Buehler and their Brian David Marshall. Now, the Player of the Year race is cooking up a storm. Jeremy Desani, he has won again. Patrick Robertson of Australia was his opponent. Paddy Robertson, the runner-up from the Australian Grand Prix earlier this season. Well, he lost out to Jeremy Desani. Desani well into day 2, of course, at 6-1. He was already there once he got to 4-0. But Reed Duke, who has had a stack of great opponents to play against, he's lost to John Stern earlier in the day. He beat Sam Black when he was at 1-2, defeated lost to Alex Rochette to go to 1-2, beat Josh Utter-Leighton to keep very much in it. In the last round, he was up against Frank Scarron, the Grand Prix Philadelphia champion, who beat Reed Duke in that final. Scarron wins again. That puts Reed Duke to 3-4, and he is 1 loss away from not coming back tomorrow. He will play for his season in the next hour here at the home of Magic. So, Reed Duke, no more lives to give. Now, if he does win his last round, well, then things get super interesting again, because tomorrow, remember, he only needs to end up 1 point higher in terms of pro points than Jeremy Desani, and we'd be in a tie for the Player of the Year. But first, he has the ultimate must-win match just to come back tomorrow. Crazy stuff. Let's see what else is going on around the tables. Patrick Cox is at 6-1. I'll tell you what, why don't we show you our leaderboard as things stand. This is as close to a true leaderboard as we get right now, and there you see 3 7-0 players to bring you the news of. We have Owen Turtenwald going to 7-0. He is the new king of the hill. We have William Jensen, who after all those Grand Prix top 8s is now pulling it together. I can see, by the way, out beyond our window, Reed Duke standing with the 2 7-0s, Owen Turtenwald and William Jensen. I wonder if those two, can you imagine Turtenwald Jensen for 8-0? Incredible stuff. Who knows whether they get paired next round. Now, what about the 6-1s? Well, you see Christian Seibold there. He's the Grand Prix winner from Barcelona the week after he made the top 8 at Pro Tour Valencia. Greg Orange has had his first loss, now at 6-1. Scott Markison, 6-1 as well. Javier Dominguez, he's really on his way to locking up the Spanish World Magic Cup captaincy. And as for Martin User, well, he's way behind Stanislav Sivka, but he is absolutely in the business of trying to retain the platinum status that he's had for so many years. Jackson Cunningham of Canada is 6-1. Also, Xin Shui of China, he is looking to get a World Magic Cup captaincy berth. Bob Ma, the great one, Bob, as he's known because of Dark Confident, 6-1. Desani, as we know, 6-1. Pat Cox, now he needs top 16 to achieve his goal for the season, and he is well on the way to that at the moment at 6-1. Neil Reeves, Richard officially at 5-2. Alongside Danny Goldstein, David Mines of Australia has lost his last couple. I can tell you that Matt Sperling inflicted the second loss on Louis Scott Vargas. So Sperling up to 6-1, but this was after round 6, our leaderboard. And Ido Ferran, well done to him. He's still playing in round 7 for the Israeli, as is Andrew Cuneo at 5-1. So we're closing in on the last results of this round, but one of the stories, the developing stories here on day 1, has been the slew of red decks that are coming to the party in Standard. They have several different flavors, but one of them surrounds a new Magic 2015 card that is causing a real stir. So what we're going to do, we're going to send you over to the wall, and we've set our good friends Marshall Sutcliffe and Zach Hill the task of kind of unraveling what's going on in this new and exciting red deck. So let's hand you across to the wall. Here's Marshall and Zach.